and Matthew. All that stuff how long I've been dating you. It's been 12 years since I've been dating you. Here I am gossiping about you and saying mean things about you. I'm making it worse because me making a big deal of everything. Like what happened at basketball practice yesterday when I slammed my cell phone and got upset and told you to leave. I didn't want to see you again. I want you out of my life. I did all those things because I was frustrated at you when I saw you touching Jeannie, especially behind my back. He had no business touching her in the first place. You should have kept your hands to yourself. That's why I was being mean to you. And I don't want to come after Jeannie for all this. I didn't want to blame Jeannie for it. So I said that I blamed you instead. First of all, Jeannie did tell me you were touching her. She told me straight that you weren't supposed to be touching her at all. She told me Chris should be touching her, not you. She's right. And next time Jeannie should use her voice. I told her not to touch you and touch her. Next time Jeannie should use her voice with you with that, and she didn't. Jeannie told you not to touch her, and you did anyway. Jeannie told me that. That was the middle of practice when she told me. That's why. But they're at basketball practice. We're not supposed to be touching at all. And no hugs. It has to be dabs only. Okay. That's why I took it seriously with the touching between you and Jeannie. I saw you two touching each other, and it made me upset. You embarrassed me in front of Monet and Jamal. But you should realize they're at basketball practice. There's no touching allowed. Okay. The point is you should be touching me, not Jeannie. She has a boyfriend. She should be touching her own boyfriend, and you should be touching me. Okay. But next time, don't hide things from me. Okay. But I don't want you lying to me about the whole Jeannie stuff, all right? Next time you touch Jeannie, you ask me first before you touch her, okay? Next time I see you touching Jeannie, you better ask permission. So when I see you on Saturday, I'll not watch you closely as a hawk till you learn not to be touching other girls. You got it? But if you don't want me bossing you around about the old Jeannie stuff, then keep your hands to yourself. I already told Renee about that, and I did. I had to drag Renee in the middle of that, and I did. But I'm going to put Renee in charge until you keep your hands to yourself. And I'm going to watch you with that too. If you don't want Jeannie bossing you around, then keep your hands to yourself. Okay. I know you don't want Jeannie bossing you around so much. Well, that's the way she is. You gotta learn how to get used to it. Okay. I know that she's not your girlfriend anymore. You two are just friends. You both need to let it go. You both need to move on. Jeannie's with Chris now. You're with me. She loves Chris, and she needs to learn how to stick to it. Stick with it. You're with me now, so you have to stick with it, okay? I am your wife. You can't cheat on me. So I don't want you telling fibs. You need to tell me the truth and be honest with me. That's why I slammed my cell phone down and got mad and told you to leave. That's why I said I didn't want to see you again. I want you out of my life. The reason why I pushed you away, I thought you were in love with her. You chose Jeannie over me. You plotted Jeannie against me. That wasn't right. Well, you hurt my feelings over that, sweetheart. That's why I got jealous over it. It's because you chose Jeannie over me, and that was wrong. That was you that broke up with me, and you did. Just like me and Renee were hugging. We're all over each other because we're just friends. Okay? Just like you and Jeannie are friends. So it works both ways. I don't care that you and Jeannie are friends, but you cannot touch each other. You both need to keep your hands to yourselves, okay? So it wasn't that Jeannie was touching you. You were touching her first. So I gave Renee a hug. That should not bother you. You know I love you. I always love you. But you get mad at me over the whole Renee stuff. That's not the option. Man, that day when you came over to my house. When you got mad over a hug when I was hugging Jamal. Me and Jamal were hugging because me and Jamal are just friends. Okay. What me and Jamal does with each other, that's not your business. What I do with Renee, that's not your business either. Me and Renee were friends first before we became lovers. And you didn't want to flip down and got jealous over it. You did that with me and Jamal too. Me and Jamal are not dating anymore. He's with Annika now. He's going to stay with Annika. He's going to stick to it. Okay. Yes, me and Jamal were friends first before we became lovers. Yes, he was my second love. Not anymore, he's not. He agreed to be with Annika. That was his decision. It was. So I'm not going to let him take care of it on his own. Okay. Well, I can take care of you. Because I'm your girlfriend and your wife. I will never do anything to hurt you. Ever. And I didn't mean to do anything. But when I was hugging Renee, that's when you left. And that's when we started hugging each other. And it was just a friendly hug, not a sexual hug. Nothing to get jealous about.